We've all had that moment. You're grabbing coffee with a friend, casually talking about buying a new pair of running shoes, and 10 minutes later, boom, an ad for those exact shoes pops up on your phone. You immediately think, Yar, is my phone actually listening to me? It's unlikely a brand is secretly recording your coffee dates. What you're actually encountering is the transition to hyper-personalization. Traditional marketing used static segments like your name or age, but modern AI uses live behavioral signals to predict exactly what you want in the moment of interaction. This diagram shows the architecture of that prediction. It starts with a single point, your account name, but then it explodes outward into a massive web of real-time signals. The AI is processing your current GPS coordinates, the local weather, how far down you scrolled on a product page, and the exact dwell time you spent looking at a specific photo. This creates a difficult paradox for users. We want frictionless recommendations that save us time, but we feel a deep, instinctive rejection of any digital experience that feels like it's monitoring us without our consent. That creepy feeling is usually triggered by a lack of explanation. The AI delivers an eerily perfect result, but it doesn't show the work. Because the system is a black box, you get the accurate prediction without any context for how the brand actually acquired that information. These algorithms are performing exactly as they were built to. The friction arises because we've deployed world-class intelligence inside a flawed, opaque user experience that prioritizes technical capability over human trust. The era of stealthy tracking is ending. Shifting privacy laws like GDPR and browser restrictions on background cookies are making third-party data collection increasingly difficult and unreliable for marketers. This has cleared the path for zero-party data. This is information a customer intentionally and proactively shares with the company, like their specific interests, motivations, and desires. We can see the difference. On the left, an opaque funnel secretly scrapes background data. On the right, an interactive quiz lets the user openly hand data blocks to the system. In exchange, the system instantly returns a tailored, high-value recommendation block. Explicit consent invites the customer into the process. This turns the interaction into a collaborative exercise, where the user guides the brand toward the right result instead of wondering how they were targeted. When a company asks directly, they build a much more accurate customer profile. Because the user provides the data points themselves, the resulting recommendation feels helpful and expected, rather than invasive. Possessing ethically sourced data is a start, but it isn't enough. The interface itself must communicate how that data is being applied to the user's experience. Designers use a framework called Explainable AI, or XAI. It's a method for translating complex algorithmic decisions into plain language reasoning that helps a user understand why they are seeing a specific output. In this streaming UI, a Why Am I Seeing This tooltip expands to show an 87% match and the viewing history behind it. Granular consent toggles then let the user reject specific inputs, teaching the AI to refine its future logic. Good design uses progressive disclosure to manage this complexity. The default interface stays clean and simple for most users, but the Why Am I Seeing This link allows anyone to drill down into the data sources without getting lost in technical jargon. Every design choice should reinforce a single principle. The user must always feel they are in control of the AI, rather than feeling the AI is in control of them. Visual transparency features, like confidence scores and data source attribution, are what physically transform a suspicious black box into a predictable, trustworthy digital assistant. Product teams are now tracking trust as a core usability metric, right alongside task completion and error rates. Ultimately, it determines whether a user will actually act on an AI suggestion or simply ignore the feature completely. We can measure the impact of this design shift. Opaque AI features often plateau around 20 to 30% usage because users don't understand the output. However, transparent interfaces explaining their reasoning see active adoption rates surge into the 60 to 80% range. Personalization built on explicit consent removes user anxiety. When a customer clearly understands the reasoning behind a specific recommendation, they are much more likely to act on it, which drives higher conversion and long-term brand loyalty. Developers and marketers should stop treating privacy as a compliance checkbox buried in the settings. Instead, Treat user consent as the start of a valuable conversation about how the product can serve them better. The most valuable data a brand can possess isn't the data they've gathered through stealthy tracking. It's the data a customer actually wants to give them in exchange for a better experience. Intelligent automation is only as effective as its adoption rate. Earning that adoption requires a transparent design that makes the AI feel like a predictable, reliable tool, giving brands an unbeatable competitive advantage in a world of black boxes.